Hello and welcome to the Trade Decorator Festival. This afternoon's session is a product demonstration from Purdy, aptly named Purdy's Got Your Back. We are going to be doing a demonstration with leading professional painting tools manufacturer Purdy, who are dedicated to making the job of the professional easier and more efficient. So a professional decorator can spend as much as 70% of a job just on the preparation. So having a range of good quality tools to hand is crucial to help ensure efficiency and productivity. As part of this session, we'll also be launching a competition a little later in the event where you can win a Purdy Painter's Backpack. I'll be telling you a little more about that later on. We'll also be joined live by Andy Cummins from Purdy to take all of your questions in our live Q&A session. If you are watching us over on Facebook, hello and welcome to the session. It's not too late for you to join us if you would like to hit the link in the post and come on over and get involved in the live element of the show. If it's your first time over here on Crowdcast, feel free to comment in the comments box. And when we go to the Q&A, I will be instructing you how you can get involved and put your questions to Andy directly. So sit back and enjoy our demonstration, and I will see you in a few minutes.
So, hello everybody, a very warm welcome to this Purdy virtual event in partnership with the Trade Decorator. So I'm Laura Hettenbach and I'm joined by Andy Cummins, the Senior Product Manager for Purdy, and we're delighted to have so many people joining us today. So in this pack session, we'll be showing you some of the best products from our range to help you get the job done quicker and easier with the best possible results.
So many of you will know Purdy for our brushes, and since 1925 we've been making high quality brushes by hand, with each product specifically designed to meet the needs of trade professionals. Today, Purdy is more than just a brush maker. The same passion, expertise and experience has gone into the creation of our rollers, as well as our growing range of accessories. Our latest product launches are focused on solving the problems faced on site every day and making a decorator's life easier in many different ways. So in our range, we have multi-tools, scrapers, putty knives, our dual roll-off bucket and paint tray, wire brushes, and a brush and roller cleaner, as well as the latest additions, the Purdy Pail and the Purdy Backpack.
Great. So to start with, Andy, can you explain what it is about our Purdy products that makes them different from others in the market?
Yeah, of course. So all of our tools have an ergonomic grip for maximum comfort, essential when you're using these tools every day. The rubberized grip and tapered handle improves efficiency and safety by making it easier to hold and preventing slipping while working. And we also use premium 420 stainless steel for high strength and the best rust resistance. And that's something we've backed up with thorough testing in the toughest of conditions. And each of the tools also feature a full-length tang for strength and durability.
And that's really important. So can you explain just a little bit more about that?
Yes, of course, Laura. So the tang is the part of the blade that extends within the handle. And in Purdy tools, the tang part of the blade extends through the full length of the handle, and this makes them so much stronger. Low quality products reduce costs by only having a shorter tang, so only a small section of the blade will connect or be encased in the handle. And the shorter the tang, the more likely it is that the blade will come loose, will bend, or even break away from the handle completely.
Wow, thanks, Andy. So let's dive into some of the products, shall we? So we will begin with some of the prep tools. We all know a great quality finish begins with the preparation, right? So often as much as 70% of the time on a job can be spent on preparing the surfaces. And that's why high quality tools that can help you get that bit of the job completed as efficiently as possible are a valuable investment.
Yeah, absolutely. So first, let's have a look at the multi-tools. So having the right tool to hand really speeds up a task. And in designing our 6-in-1 and our 10-in-1 multi-tools, we focused on what professionals need most often. So 6-in-1 tool has a handle end that's designed to set nails. It's got a curved roller cleaner on one side, and on the top edge, it can be used as a scraper or a putty knife. And the pointed shape of the blade allows any cracks to be cleaned prior to filling. And the other end can be used as a can opener. And the 10-in-1 also has a flathead and a Phillips screwdriver, bottle opener, and a nail puller.
And there's also a folding multi-tool?
Yep, that's right. So similar design to the others, but with a blade that folds into the handle, making it easy to tuck it into a pocket so it's always close to hand.
Brill. So although the multi-tools do include a scraper, sometimes the job does require a more heavy-duty solution for removing unwanted plaster, putty, or multiple layers of paint.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that's where our carbide scrapers and our wire brushes come in. The Purdy 4-edge carbide scraper has a really heavy-duty construction, so you can apply the pressure needed without having to worry about the product failing or the blade coming loose. And it comes with 4 blades, 2 really designed for aggressive scraping and the other 2 for finishing off, meaning you're equipped to handle a range of different tasks. And the Purdy wire brush is ideal for removing paint that's peeling or raised, and it's got a painted and crisscross design which removes paint twice as quickly as the standard wire brush. We also have a range of flexible and stiff putty knives in widths varying from 1 inch to 6 inches, so you can select the one that's right for the job to get the prep finished quickly.
Great. So up next, we have a product to help you streamline the cleaning of brushes and rollers.
Yeah, a really important part of any job. It can be time consuming, but it's essential to maintaining the life of brushes and rollers. So our brush and roller cleaner has firm metal teeth to brush out paint from brushes and a curved edge to scrape off every last bit of paint from the roller when the task is done.
So a really useful tool for your toolkit. Now, this year we introduced 2 new and exciting additions to the Purdy range, which viewers may or may not have seen. So first up is the Purdy Pail, which has been designed with features to make the job easier no matter how you like to work.
Yeah, the Purdy Pail, one of my favourites. It's a 1 litre capacity paint bucket that's been ergonomically designed with the needs of professional decorators in mind. It's got multiple grip options, including a coffee cup style adjustable hand grip for pouring and holding, as well as a flexible bail handle for general carrying. And this can also be used on a ladder hook, so keeping both hands free and making painting at height much easier and safer than ever. The Pail's been designed with a mini roller rest that fits up to a 4.5-inch mini roller sleeve. And the interior moulding keeps the rollers out of the paint, preventing them from becoming saturated. What's more, when cutting in or doing detailed work, you can store brushes up to a width of 3 inches using the integrated brush magnet to keep them up out of the paint to stop them from becoming overloaded. And this really does help improve efficiency when working across large spaces or at height. And within the Pail, it's also got a mini roller grid that is molded to really easily remove excess paint when you want to do a flawless application.
Absolutely. I love these products. So we also have the dual roll-off bucket and tray. So Andy, please could you explain a little bit more about those, please?
Yeah, of course, absolutely. So the dual roll-off bucket has been designed with major projects in mind. It's got a 19-litre capacity, and its internal grid pattern allows 2 users to load paint at the same time, increasing efficiency and productivity on larger jobs. And its size allows the use of the largest 18-inch roller sleeves for maximum productivity. And it also has a handy side pour spout, so this is for decanting paint back into the can at the end of the job, as well as having an optional lid which can be purchased separately. And this makes storage and movement easy. And you can even fit it with casters to allow it to be easily moved around large sites. And the dual roll-off 18-inch paint tray is another really useful item. It can be used on its own as a paint tray or placed on top of the dual roll-off bucket as a temporary lid, and it allows for a secondary colour to be used at the same time. It features the same side pour spout to make transferring unused paint easy. And as its name suggests, it also allows the use of the largest 18-inch roller sleeves for those larger commercial jobs.
I see it. And to make colour changes and clean up even easier, we've created liners specifically for the Purdy Pail and the dual roll-off bucket. Now, these plastic liners fit really neatly into the pail and bucket and feature the same roll-off grid pattern. So, and finally, we have the Purdy Backpack, truly a first of its kind.
Yes, Laura, this is really exciting product. Unlike other standard bags and carriers, the Purdy Backpack is a painter's backpack. It's designed specifically to store professional painting tools and makes it easy and comfortable to carry them to and from site. And this keeps everything in one place with an easy reach, as well as avoiding multiple trips back to the van. So it's manufactured from a very durable, weather-resistant fabric. It features really heavy-duty grips and rugged zippers. It's been designed with pockets for a variety of tools, including a pocket for roller frames and sleeves up to those of 18-inch size, as well as extension pole compartment on the outside and slots for prep tools and brushes. And once you're on the site, the two compartments can be opened up and laid flat, so you can easily access the tools and brushes you need without having to dig around in the bag for the right product. It's also got sturdy rubber feet so it can stand up without tipping over. There's even external compartments too, Laura, and clips for personal items, and an external USB connector to keep devices charged when you use it with a power bank. And at the end of the working day, you can easily transport your wet brushes and rollers thanks to the detachable pouch. So this means that paint is contained within this compartment, speeding up the cleanup time on site and reducing the risk of wet products leaking onto other tools.
Oh, I love the pouch. These products are just so great. So if anybody wants to see them in action, we do have a Purdy YouTube channel where we've got plenty of our videos on there. So please have a watch for them. But thank you, Andy. That's such a great overview of what we have to offer. So coming up next, we do have a Q&A session where you can ask Andy and myself, hopefully I'll be able to answer some questions about what you've heard all about today. But finally, don't forget to sign up to our mailing list and our Facebook pages where you can win some prizes across social media. So thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to know more, visit our website at www.purdy.co.uk.
Yes, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you. That was a fantastic demonstration of lots of the Purdy range of decorators tools. I'd like to go next and join Andy Cummins for our live Q&A. Thank you all for joining us in this element of the show. If you are still watching over on Facebook, then what I need you to do now, if you'd like to continue watching, is hit that link and come over and join us. And for the rest of you here in the live session, if you could hit the green join Q&A button, which is beneath me on the screen, myself and Andy will do a quick mic check and we will join you in the Q&A session. Thank you. Hello everyone and welcome to our live Q&A with Andy Cummins from Purdy. Hello Andy, welcome to the show.
Hello Paula, nice to be here. Thanks very much for inviting me.
It's lovely to see you again. I'm just going to do a little bit of housekeeping. If it's your first time on the platform, you'll notice there's a comments section to the right of us. Feel free to comment as we go through the show. If you do have a question and you'd like to come up on the screen and talk to us, give us a little wave in the comments bar and I can bring you on the screen. Or if you prefer, you can hit the Ask a Questions tab and type your question in there and I will ask Andy for you. So Andy, I've got a question for you. What makes a prep tool more durable?
We touched on it in the video, Paula. So it's really down to the construction. It's down to the materials you choose. If you use good quality stainless steel, we choose 420 stainless. And also the bit that was quite interesting when I was talking about the tang. So it's when you extend the metal blade right the way through the handle. So that costs more to make, but it means that the product is going to last because you can really lean on it, and it really gives increased integrity to the tool.
Fantastic. And what impact do low quality tools have on efficiency?
It's the adage, isn't it? You buy cheap, buy twice. If you're on a job and your scraper breaks off, you've then got to go back to your local deck merchant, buy a replacement. It's time, it's money, it's wasted time on the job. So you buy a good tool that'll last you for many, many years.
What would you say are the benefits of stainless steel prep tools?
It's about durability. It's about rust resistance. It's about making them easier to keep clean. So when you are putting on your filler, you've got a nice clean blade to use. So you're not going to be leaving marks when you smooth it off.
What would you say makes Purdy's wire brushes so good?
A wire brush. So our wire brushes, if you see them, they've got a crisscross design. So it means they work in both directions, so you get a lot more efficiency for the effort that you put in, and you actually it works out that it actually works twice as quick as a sort of traditional one where you just have the straight blades at the bottom.
Oh, I see. And why do I need Purdy's brush and roller cleaner?
Well, looking after your tools, especially if you've invested in a Purdy brush, you want to make it last a long time. It's important that you clean it out, that you make sure you get any paint out of it, especially down near the ferrule. Otherwise it'll dry, it'll go hard, and you'll lose the efficiency of that brush. Also with rollers, a lot of them, especially the longer piles, they absorb a lot of paint. So using the roller cleaner to really clean off as much paint as you can back into the paint can before you start washing them out will really save you a lot of time when you actually start washing the sleeves out as well at the end of the day.
Okay. And if we've got decorators out there who are looking for a new scraper, what should they be looking for when selecting a scraper?
Look for a good quality construction. Look for ones that you can have replacement blades. Look at the ones when you're using a scraper. Quite often you're putting quite a bit of force through it, so you need to make sure that it's got a good heavy weight construction. Feel the handle, feel where you're going to be holding it, make sure that they feel ergonomically right, make sure that you feel like you can if you're doing a banish or something, you're doing quite a long time with it, make sure that it feels good in the hand to use. Our blades are nice because you can rotate them around, so once you've scraped off the worst of it, you've then got a finer blade for more sort of detail work where you're finishing off before you're looking to start repainting. So things like that versatility is important as well.
Yeah. John Tetlow in the group is asking, what is the best way to clean out paint residue from the Purdy pail if you haven't used a liner?
It's tricky, isn't it? It's warm water and detergent if you're using an emulsion. It will clean off. They will wash out. The liners are great because you can change colours quickly and easily. I'd recommend using those, but at the end of the day, yeah, get onto it before the paint sets and get it washed out. Do the best you can. Yeah, if you've got an old brush, maybe if you want to get into the corners, something like that maybe could be a good thing.
Okay. What are some of the key design features of the Purdy pail that can make the job easier?
Things that I love on it is the magnet. It's great. So if you're doing a job where, say, you're doing an upstairs landing and you're going around lots of door frames, it's ideal for that because you can use a mini roller for the walls around and between the door frames. And then if you've got a brush that you're cutting in, you can take it with you, hold it in the magnet, and then when you want to, you can take it off and start cutting in straight away. The fact that it's got the mini roller rest inside is good because it means that the roller doesn't sit in the paint and get really saturated with paint. It holds it outside the paint, so it keeps it ready for when you want to use it. The hand grip is good as well because I've got big hands. I'm 6'6", but it fits all sort of hands. It's flexible, so if you've got female decorators that are coming in with smaller hands, it's really that sort of versatility on the hands size is good because it really does make it very easy to carry and takes the load off.
That's what you need, isn't it?
Yeah.
What Purdy products are suited specifically for prep work then, Andy?
For prep work, so is the stiff and the flexible putty knives that we have. So for scraping or filling, we've got obviously the multi-tools, the Carbide Scrapers, we've got the dust jam brushes, we've got the wire brushes. So yeah, a multitude really.
Yeah, you mentioned the multi-tool then. What can I use the multi-tool for?
Lots of things. So starting from the top, the top of the nail is a hammerhead, so you can use that for setting in nails. It has got the semicircle roller cleaner on one side. It's got a cutting edge on the other, so that's great if you're cutting out old putty or old cork, or cutting open boxes. Then at the top end, you've got a blade which you can use for applying filler with. It's got a can opener, so lots of things. And then the 10-in-1 has got extra. It's got screwdriver sets as well. It's got a nail puller built into the blade, so if you're pulling out old nails before you're filling, it's even got a can opener, so if you've had a really hard day, you can finish the day with a drink and open that as well. So we've hopefully covered both ends of the job.
I've got a comment from Fran McPhillips. She says the Monaco Elite is on a great offer at the moment. So thinking of buying, would you recommend these for emulsion and woodwork top coats?
The Monaco Elite, yeah, it's designed specifically for emulsion. So yeah, absolutely. When you're talking about woodwork, if you're talking about varnishes, then I'd recommend Syntox. But if you're using emulsion, then yeah, absolutely, the Monaco Elite is a great product. It's actually, although it's made in the US, it's actually designed by UK professionals for our paints. So it's great for our emulsions. Yeah.
Perfect. Mark Smith says you've just reminded him he needs to order a new multi-tool because he's destroyed his. So there you go. And what would you say makes Purdy's multi-tool so good?
Again, it's the thought that's gone into it. You know, we work a lot with the US and their R&D teams and give our input from a European perspective. I love the thought, and also it's always quality first with the team, with the Purdy team. Nothing's compromised on quality. So yeah, they're sometimes a bit more expensive, but it is true that you get what you pay for, and you get that reliability and durability. Yeah, I love them. I'm passionate about the brand. I love our products.
Mark said it's lasted him ages, and he really gives it a battering. So there you go. That's the decorator's word. What's his thoughts on it? For any of you thinking of getting one. That brings me to the end of the planned session. If you do have any last minute questions you'd like to type or comments, please do so. We're going to be going to our competition in a minute. You saw in the demonstration the Purdy Painter's Backpack, and we have actually got one of those as our competition prize. So if you'd like to enter the competition when we finish the session, if you hit the green button beneath us on the screen that says enter competition, you'll be taken over to our website, and there is a page there for you to fill in your details. It's all GDPR compliant, and we'll be doing the draws at the end of the event, and we'll notify you if you're our winner. So thanks, Andy, for joining me. It's been great, as I say, having you on the show. And thank you, everybody that joined us live. And for those of you that watch later when you come back from work, thank you. See you all again soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Andy. Bye-bye.